Here we are, live by Harrods. We're going to go for a little bit of a walk. Which way is a good way to... There we go. Yeah, thanks for joining me, Yasa. It's been a pleasure. We just had a little bit of a cup of tea, and here we are.
Give us a history of Harrods.
A history of Harrods. You know what? I don't know much history about Harrods. I know that Thingy owns it. What's he called?
What's his name?
Mohammed Al-Fayed, yeah. And he strongly believes that his son Dodi and Princess Diana were murdered by Prince Philip, who just retired recently because he'd had enough of doing all that hard work, serving the public. And yeah, man, there it is, Harrods. Yeah, all right. Yeah, the guy who he still couldn't get a passport after all those years, but it's his assertion that his son was murdered because she married or was about to marry a Muslim and was possibly pregnant with him as well. Dodi Al-Fayed. Who knows? The truth will come out. I spoke a lot about truth last night. I was having a little bit of a meltdown. But I don't know. I don't always wear a tinfoil hat, but it was to make a point that people who think outside the box get portrayed as lunatics and conspiracy theorists. Mohammed Al-Fayed's probably one of those people. But yeah, there's a lot of conspiracy floating around at the moment, isn't there, Yasa?
Yes.
Manchester wasn't a real attack. I think whenever...
What do you think that is?
Whenever some tragedy like that happens and people attach the name of Islam to it, naturally there's a reaction where people don't want to believe that someone of their faith.
No, I don't think that's the case. I think it's a case of people reading into it too much. They just watch,
oh, look at these.
They watch one or two YouTube videos and then they listen to that Tom, Dick and Harry that's online.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Some people, they just want everything to be a conspiracy. Nothing is what it claims it's meant to be. These things, what are they called? Fidget, whatever. They were. All the kids in school have got them now. Every single last one of them. They're all playing with them. Overnight, they were everywhere, and they were invented for. Let's keep it going. Autistic children and kids with ADHD, and now everyone's got them, and they're meant to help you. Sorry, Arthur. I'm on a lead. Now every kid's got them. Apparently they help you pay attention, but I don't know what they help you pay attention to. Paying attention to the thing going around is not paying attention to the lesson. But when something goes from nothing and unheard of to being everywhere, all of a sudden, I always question that. I wonder why can't I invent something that's all of a sudden everywhere? And the guy who made it apparently didn't make any money. Someone else bought the idea and cleaned up. It's always the way.
Fad, mate.
Well, here's that.
It would be dead overnight.
Well, here's the other old fad of vaping.
Yeah.
It was a fad last week, and it would be dead overnight.
Rubber bands.
What were the rubber bands?
People making like stuff out of it.
What was that one?
Bracelets and...
yeah, I do, yeah. And then they got told that it could cause cancer. Loon bands, are they called?
Loon bands?
Loon bands,
No,
I think so.
That's too far back, that's back in our day.
Okay.
The rubber bands,
more recent than that. Oh, sorry, I don't remember, man. You've stumped me.
Oh, like pogs.
Oh yeah, pogs, yeah.
Yo-yo.
Things come, yeah. Pokemon Go, which looks like what we're playing now, but we're not. But that's the thing. It happens, it comes, it's everywhere, and then it's gone. And if you want to be topical, it's very difficult. Are we gonna sit down? Oh, thank you, Arthur. So yeah, it's like this week, Cecil the Lion. It'll come very quickly, and then it will go. And who is dictating what it is that everyone cares about that week? And I don't know if it's just my memory going. Something will happen. It will be the biggest story ever, and then very quickly it will fade away. You were saying about Manchester, even a week later. Oh, it was every day Manchester, 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 and then gone, ready for the next big thing. It's like
It's smoke screens.
yeah, it's like we've got a very short-term memory. And I've got no doubt that the Manchester attack was a genuine terrorist attack, but it's the way it's used and portrayed in the media very intensely. We're bombarded with it, and then very quickly it's gone. Like the London attack on Westminster Bridge, I can barely remember what that was about now. How long ago was that? Was that last year? Was that 2 months ago? I can't even remember.
Yeah.
It's like it went in here and it came out here. But all the time we're getting indoctrinated. Fear, fear, terrorism, terrorism. And the week they kept mentioning Jeremy Corbyn in the same breath as IRA, Jeremy Corbyn, IRA, Jeremy Corbyn, IRA, boom. There's an attack in Manchester. The IRA once famously attacked Manchester, and it's kind of like, yeah, see, this guy's friends with terrorists. Even though, as we know, Theresa May was selling arms to Saudi Arabia, who are the biggest terrorist and funder of terrorism in the Middle East. And that's the hypocrisy for you. But a week today, and we'll know a lot more. We'll know who's. We'll know if there's going to be a new prime minister. Sadly, I don't think there will be. Well, let's do a little lap. We'll go up and round, and we'll head back to the car. But you know who you are.
Yeah.
People on Facebook, and I understand why, are quick to say, "Oh yeah, it wasn't a real attack. No, where did you get that information from?" And I did.
What a fan that says, "Give it a rest."
Who's saying that? Nameless. Those that will remain nameless. I bet that's Barber. I don't. I'm not sure which of the 7 billion people in the world that could be, but I think it might be. It might be Barber Ali. Greetings, Barber. Ali the Great. Yeah, we're still pushing it, Barber. We're still broadcasting. That's my old co-host and colleague on the radio, Barber Ali. But yeah, people were saying, "Oh yeah, it's not real." There was a bomb in Kabul a couple of days ago, 70 people killed. Why is that not a false flag? Why is that not? Oh yeah, they're actors. Yeah, no one cares. Yeah, exactly. No one cares enough. And we can't bury our head in the sand. I have no doubt that ISIS and Al Qaeda, etc., are funded by the West and do the bidding of the West, knowingly or unknowingly. But you can't bury your head in the sand. This guy, what's his name? The Libyan guy, Salman Abdi, the guy, the Manchester bomber.
Yeah.
Salman Abdi, yeah. He was from a Libyan family who left Libya because they didn't like Gaddafi. As soon as Gaddafi was gone, they went back and fought out there to oust Gaddafi and joined with the jihadists in Libya, which Libya became flooded with during the demise of Gaddafi. And from there, he went straight on to Syria to engage in more of the jihadist activity, yet again at the behest of America and Britain. If you're out there where people blow buses up left, right and centre, where people chop heads off and all kinds of fanaticism goes on, if you're going out there to do that sort of thing, why wouldn't you do it back here when it happens on our streets? You don't need to create a false flag event in order for that to happen. Who?
Ali the Great said it was Salman Khan.
Salman Khan,
Yeah,
okay.
the Indian actor.
Well, they do say that actors are involved, not that kind of actor. So yeah, I as you know, I'm the biggest tinfoil hat wearer there is. But I don't. How you doing? Ramadan Mubarak. Assalamu alaikum. How you doing? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, they're from Romania, so I thought I'd speak to them in Romanian. God knows people's intention, but they do say that some people who are not Muslim dress like that in this area to get your sympathy. Yeah. How are we looking?
Talk about health fads.
Health fads. Oh, we're going on to fads, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I always use coconut oil, chia seeds. What else do I? Cocoa powder. What else?
What a new one.
And recently, I've been taking a new. It's called L-arginine. It's the latest amino acid. I strongly recommend it. We could do a little. We could get sponsored now. But come on, let's keep it moving. Let's cross the road and complete the lap.
How
Things come and go. Yeah.
It's all fair to you, even on what you eat,
Yeah.
drink.
That's right. It's funny.
Where you go.
Like our immediate reaction is fear, and anything good, they tell you, oh, then it's bad. Butter, that's good for you. No, it's bad for you. You should use this. Oh no, it gives you cancer.
Or vegetable oil.
Yeah,
Yeah, diesel is good.
yeah.
Oh,
Now it's bad.
Yeah.
My mum bought a plant for a bedroom.
Yeah.
She said the good thing about this plant is that it gives off oxygen.
Yeah.
I thought all plants do that anyway.
Yeah.
Other than that, the whole point. We breathe out carbon dioxide, they breathe it in and breathe back out oxygen. And so, fair enough, maybe this one.
What's the name of the plant?
Actually, no, I can't exactly remember. But she put it in the bedroom. She's like, oh, it's good, this plant, it gives out oxygen. And my natural reaction, a stupid thing to say, I said, oh, too much oxygen's not good.
Mm-hmm.
But although that is true,
Yeah.
you know that if you inhale pure oxygen for 10 minutes, you die. And oxygen is.
Ali the Great leaving this.
He's leaving. Oh. Good riddance. No, he's probably going to bed. That's all right. You can watch the rest on replay. No, oxygen is what causes metals to rust. Rust is oxidization. So too much oxygen in the body is not good. And Ali the Great will tell you, you need to take antioxidants, right? Does he talk about that?
No.
Well, he should do. Antioxidants are apparently good for you. Oxidization is it goji berry? There you go, goji berries. Probably, I believe tomatoes are. And like.
And you got a message here, Theresa May for PM for the next 5 years.
Hopefully not. I hope not. But that's what we're up against. Theresa May. She really reminds me of that other Prime Minister. You remember the one? You know the one I'm talking about? No? Okay. Theresa May.
Oh.
She reminds me of that other Prime Minister.
There.
Yeah, that's right, Tony Blair. Yeah, she really reminds me of John Major.
Oh.
Yeah, 5 more years of Theresa May. That is what we are up against, man. What a time to be living and dying in the UK. Vote Jeremy Corbyn or die trying, because the Tories are going to kill us anyway. That's what a friend of mine said. But yeah, going back to what happened in Manchester and what didn't happen. I think we have to face the reality. If people had a better understanding of what Islam is and who Muslims are, this wouldn't be such a, oh, it's all Muslims, oh, Muslims terrorists, etc. That wouldn't be the gut reaction, because they would be able to recognize it for what it is and be able to recognize which type of Muslims it is that crop up every time one of these attacks happens. And I don't want to say too much, or I might offend people, but yeah, there are a certain strain of Islam that always seems to crop up. And did you see who was it? It wasn't Trump, but it was one of his lot, was standing there accusing Iran of being behind terrorism and criticising the Iranian election results. And he had said that, who is it?
Manchester is an ancient history.
Well, yeah, over a week ago, I guess it is ancient history. Yeah, that's how it works. So yeah, Trump, or one of Trump's delegates, was saying, oh yeah, Iran is the promoter of terrorism, and we dispute their election result, it wasn't democratic. How can you say that standing next to Saudi Arabia, who are the biggest supporters of terrorism and have 0 elections in their country? It's just absolutely hypocritical. I think it's the next one. Absolute hypocrisy. But what terrorism is Iran behind? I don't even know what terrorism it's accused of being behind. As far as I can see, the only armed group that they support worldwide is Hezbollah. Correct me if I'm wrong. Who are not even a terrorist organisation. Who were not even legally defined as a terror organisation in the UK until something like 2010. Right? They fight an occupation on their land. They fight the people on their border. That's not a terror organisation. But you can just, if you repeat something enough times, it just becomes the truth. Yeah, Iran, terrorism. Yeah, I don't know, they're a Muslim country, aren't they? Their women wear a scarf. Yeah, that's terrorism. But what terrorism are you actually talking about? As Yasser Ali says, what do you mean? What do you mean, Iran and terror? I don't even get it. And having been in Iran recently, it's not a free country, but nowhere is. It's not a perfect country. But when the Western powers and the imperial powers are all ganging up on certain countries and making an alliance with Britain, America, Israel, Saudi Arabia, all gathering on one side, when that happens, if there's someone on the other side of that fence, no matter who it is, you're going to want to give them a chance and say, well, I hope you can do something to stand up to this brute. But the type of mentality, the type of so-called Islamic sect that committed the Manchester atrocity, they're not with Iran. They hate Iran. They despise Iran. So I don't know. It's difficult if you keep choosing the lesser of two evils, you will keep getting evil. But in times like this, it's very difficult.
But what are they trying to get out of all this terrorism and extremism talk?
Who? Britain and
USA, yeah.
I guess if you make people fearful enough, you can take away their freedoms, and they will go with it because they say, "Oh, you're protecting me. You're protecting me from the terrorists."
I don't think it works now, because I think they did it before when 9/11 happened.
Yeah.
But now people are starting to wake up to that. You know that dump.
Yeah. I hope you're right.
Unless you're a hillbilly. Or
well, yeah.
Texas.
Hillbilly. Do you know where the word hillbilly comes from? God, but how are you gone? They were followers of King Billy. But I'll explain more about that next time. Wow, we've got a lot of comments there from Ali the Great. Right, we've reached the car. We've reached the ending.
Ciao.
It's been marvellous for me. I hope it has for you. We'll do it all again. Same time, same place.